This week in the community calendar, the Fabergé Egg, Drama Mamas, Italian, Queer, and Dangerous, Sam Shepard's Seduced. This is a listing of upcoming events in the Bay Area. Please listen closely for contact numbers. City Commons presents its Social Hour, with a lunch served from 11:45 to 12:15 on Friday, January the 21st, featuring speaker Ludmila Kutsak. There is a $13 prefix. Students are free. At the Berkeley City Club, 2315 Durant Avenue in Berkeley. For more information, call 510-526-2925. Drama Mamas presents Stretch Marks, Growing into Motherhood. Tickets are $22. The performance is on Friday and Saturday, January 21st and 22nd at 8 p.m. The event is located at Dean Lesher Regional Center for the Arts, 1601 Civic Drive in Walnut Creek. For more information, call 925-943-SHOW. Italian, Queer, Dangerous. A one-man show featuring Tommy Avicoli opens on January the 14th at 8 p.m. at John Sims Center, 1519 Mission Street, between Van Ness and 11th. $5 to $10 sliding scale. No one will be turned away. For more information, call 415-554-0402. Actors Ensemble of Berkeley presents Sam Shepard's Seduced, about a Howard Hughes-like billionaire, opening on Friday, January 21st at Live Oak Theater in Berkeley. On stage Fridays and Saturdays through February the 19th. Admission is $10. For more information, call 510-649-5999. The community calendar is produced by members of the KPFA Apprenticeship Program. Send your listing at least 3 weeks in advance to KPFA, Box 51, 1929 Martin Luther King Jr. Way, Berkeley, California, 94704. Or fax them to 510-848-3812. Attention to the community calendar. Tell us if your event is wheelchair accessible. To hear this calendar again, call 510-848-6767, extension 621. The community calendar is also available online at www.kpfa.org.
Good evening. You're listening to 94.1 FM KPFA, 89.3 FM KPFB in Berkeley, and 88.1 KFCF in Fresno. Time now is 7:02, and we are ready to listen to Full Circle.
From the circle, yes, we rotate. Full circle, yes, we rotate. 360 degrees, high, 360 degrees, high, 306, 360 degrees, high.
A circle has infinite possibilities. The circle is fluid, flowing, ever growing.
Because when we teach, we learn.
We are all equal parts of the same circle.
The end is in the beginning.
Now more than ever, we need to come together.
The circle is all of us.
Welcome to Full Circle. Tonight we bring you the second in our fourth-part series showcasing the best of Full Circle's live studio performance of the past couple of years. Tonight we have the hot sounds of two groups, Upsurge and Jazz Sawyer. Both groups share a passion for the political roots of jazz with the contemporary fusion of spoken word. We are your hosts, Miss M and I, Adalia. We invite you to join the circle.
Come on. In our first segment, we will hear a live performance by Upsurge, hosted by Brother Tandre and his colleague Libre. Upsurge is a local Bay Area jazz spoken word performance band who came to our Full Circle Performance Studio in May of 2003. On drums was Daryl Green, on bass David Yule, sax and producer was Richard Howe, doing spoken word was Ziggy Lowenberg, and founder of Upsurge, Raymond Nat Turner. Now, Adalia, let's put on our listening ears.
All right.
Here comes Upsurge.
Let me be your drum tonight. Speak through me. Ancestors, let me be your drum tonight. Speak through me. Bestow me with elephant ears. Allow me to see.
Bird said, see with your ears. And hear with your eyes. Bird said, see with your ears. And hear with your eyes.
Ancestors, let me be your well tonight, flowing, cool, and clear. Ancestors, let me be your well tonight, flowing, cool, and clear. Bestow me with eagle's eyes, allow me to hear.
Bird said, see with your ears and hear with your eyes. Bird said, see with your ears and hear with your eyes.
Again we rise, eyes on the prize.
Again we rise, eyes on the prize. Again we rise, eyes on the prize. Harriet Tubman,
We
rise,
eyes on the prize. John Brown.
Again we rise, Chief Seattle.
On the prize.
Again we rise, eyes on the prize.
Frederick
Again
Douglass.
we rise, eyes on the prize. Emma Goldman,
Eyes on the prize. Malcolm X.
We rise. Eyes on the prize.
David Walker.
We rise. Eyes on the prize. Rosa Luxemburg. Eyes on the prize. Again, we rise. Mahatma Gandhi. Again, we rise. Eyes on the prize.
Denmark VC.
Again,
Sandino.
Again,
Eyes on the prize. Again, we rise. Eyes on the prize.
again, we rise. Eyes on the prize.
That first track we just did was, it's on our forthcoming CD, and it's called Ancestors. It's a tribute to the ancestors, and we always like to open up our program like that by bringing that spirit and that energy in of the great shoulders that we're standing upon, like the Paul Robesons, the Sandinos, and Frederick Douglasses, et cetera, Frida Kahlos, et cetera.
The next piece we're going to do is dedicated to the young ones. So we're going both sides. I used to work with young people and doing art with children, and they inspired me because they do this kind of thing more naturally than a lot of older folks out there. But we're going to all learn to do it from them. It's called Bridging. Bridging's hot. Artists running wild on the color wheel. Forging bridges of trust and steel. Bridging's cool. Dancers forming brigades with furious freet. Crumbling borders crossing the street. Bridging's warm. Watching babies play. Bridging in their yards. Tumbling and giggling over sand and monkey bars. Bridging's boiling. Musicians molding metal. Fathoming our architectural vision. Spanning possibilities. Improvising with precision. Building bridges is alliance. Building lions. Building bridges. Roaring voices. Jamming chords and beats. Shattering static images. We are the lions. Brandishing our manes. Fiercely playing for our lives. Together,
And you're listening to Upsurge, and I was feeling a whole lot of different styles of music in the last few songs you played. Tell the listeners a little bit more about how you came together, how you fused these words and consciousness with jazzical journeys that you're doing.
Where do we begin? We actually started the group in October of 1990 here in Berkeley, Oakland, Oaktown, B-Town, whichever, whatever your preference is. And for 5 years, we had a nice long run with what I call the Jazz Factory, when we had some really fabulous young musicians like Mr. David Yule here, and which I'm very proud to say have this long association with him. And then we moved to another level, and in '96 we started working with Babatunde Lee and Richard Howell and Ron Belcher, and took things up a notch. And then Richard produced our first CD, and it was in June of 1999, All Hands on Deck, and the CD was nominated for an Independent Music Award, and it got a lot of airplay and critical acclaim. And
All Hands on Deck seems to have put you in a lot of demand at different events and political fundraisers, and give the listeners a little more flavor about who you play to.
Well, one of the things, I come up in a very political household. My mom had me on a picket line when I was 9. My brother was 5. We were down in South Central L.A., and they were shutting places down that didn't see fit to hire African Americans, although they would take the dollar from the black people there. So those places were shut down, or either their complexions changed. So I grew up, very politicized, and so that also carried over into my art. And I think the motto of Upsurge is ABC, basically art, business, and community. And we've always tried to be of service to the community. I think it was October 2001 when Congresswoman Barbara Lee was being threatened. Her life was being threatened, and there was all kinds of hoopla over her voting her conscience. And, that's just a basic human right.
Why do you think it's important to play that part and play that role and go out in the community and represent with the music?
I think that artists have a means that oftentimes politicians and preachers don't have, because I think, we're basically honest folk. That's not to suggest anything, but, like we're out here trying to create, and we don't have, kind of hidden agendas and so forth. And we stem from the community. We're ordinary working people.
I wanted to ask Ziggy to talk a little bit about the new album. Tell us about the name and what the title means.
The name of the album is Chromatology, and there's a track on there that Raymond and I both collaborated on, and chromatology, the study of color. And so many times that's such a loaded word, color in this society. And in some way, there's also a piece on there called SKIN, which talks about the politics of color, if you will, of skin color. But chromatology also represents all the colors and all the palettes of black music, of other kinds of music in the world music. But we bring together primarily rooted in black music, and we have a lot of forms on the CD, so we picked that tune to be the title track because it represented our different colors, a multicultural band that we have, and we're taking a stand for mixing it up in all different kinds of ways.
And did you all produce your own album and have it come out? Can you tell us what that process was like?
Oh, my God. Do you have another hour on the air?
The short version.
The short version. I think it was Richard, our producer, said it's something about independent producing is like, Raymond's going to have to help me out here, riding a bicycle uphill.
Well, what Richard said is like
flat
this
tires.
Was going uphill on a bike with busted gears and flat tires, because we had a lot of issues, like particularly funding issues. There were no creative issues, because everyone came into the studio and brought their genius and spirit and artistry, but it was just like about dollars.
Yeah, it's really tough, but we really believe in it, and we have our own label, Abolition Media, and definitely we're out there struggling, as you know now, against the FCC possible re-regulation and more consolidation. So we really do believe in independent media. And we can tell you, if anyone wants to talk about independent media for a long time, we could talk about trying to get your music out there. And but we're doing it. We'll do it no matter what. We'll be anywhere that there needs to be something said. But we're also really intent on putting out quality and putting our words and music together.
Yeah.
You're listening to Full Circle on KPFA 94.1 FM, and we're live with Upsurge. Well, we just have about 15 minutes left for our program, so I'd like to hear more music if y'all are up to it.
Yeah, this is, we call it OH. That is short for Operation Homefront. And one of the things that we like to do is combine some, what you might call disparate forms of music and to express what we're trying to express.
It kills folks for. As long as there's greed, there can be no peace. Imperialist bloodshed simply must cease.
Take two, the streets in protest in the USA. Take two, the streets in protest in the UK. Take two, the streets in protest in the USA. Take two, the streets in protest in the UK.
Our war is here against hunger and greed and racist bloodshed in which fascists feed. Enter battles for homes in hell. Soften up the enemies to liberate our well.
Take two, the streets in protest in the USA.
In the USA.
Take two, the streets in protest in the UK.
In the UK.
Take two, the streets in protest in the USA.
In the USA.
Take two, the streets in protest in the UK.
Sing it, Ellie.
Take two, the streets in protest in the UK.
Take two, the streets in protest in the USA.
In the USA.
Take two, the streets in protest in the UK.
That are deep in our soul. Hey, take two, the streets in protest
in the USA.
manager said, y'all know what to do.
Full Circle. You're listening to Upsurge. And that last piece.
It's called OH, or Operation Homefront.
And who wouldn't come out and join that protest if they heard that song? It's making that protest sound fun. That's the way it should be. Funky protesting. You got a piece we could play, and then we could do a little thank you and announce all y'all names again one more time.
Okay. We're going to wrap it up with a tribute to our hometown, which is Oaktown, you know. And this is called Oaktown Blues, just like that. Ow. I love Jimbei from the homeland, Taiko from Japan, Doublers from India, Mexican mariachi, Scottish bagpipes, and the klezmer of Jews. But I can't go long in Oaktown without some blues. I love African clothes, Mexican rolls, Spanish guitars, German cars, Irish scotches, Swiss watches, and Italian shoes. But I can't have them in Oaktown without some blues. I love power lunches, lake walks, balloon rides, scuba dives, and a Caribbean cruise. But I don't do them in Oaktown without my blues. When my spiritual temperature is 102, and I have the I hate to go to work blues. The blues is my chamomile, peppermint, tiger balm, Epsom salt, etc. Big as the sun. Just give me 12 bars of blues in my hill and be done.
down my old town blues. Just like that.
Just like that.
Help me, y'all. Help me, y'all. Help me. Now. Just like that. Oh, yeah.
Plucking teardrops on steel strings, counseling on ivory. I love its dialogue, chit chat, kick it and schmooze. Bill me $100 an hour for some Oaktown blues. The blues is my whole food for thought, my banquet and psychic feast, my rabbi, preacher, shaman, witch doctor, priest. My ginseng, bee pollen, and green tea, my acupressure, yoga, and tai chi. Once again, Darryl Green at the drums. Darryl Green, yeah, just like that. On the bass, from the Jazz Factory, Berkeley High alumni, Mr. David Ewell, the exception to the rule. He's so goddamn cool. On the piano, Madam Groove, out here to make you move. Tammy Hall, that says it all. Bebop had Thelonious Monk and Bud Powell. Upsurge is blessed to have Richard Howell, tenor saxophone, soprano saxophone, vocals, jazz poetry, spoken word vocals from Queens, New York, Queen Mother of Upsurge, co-leader, the Sixtus of Lowenberg, Ziggy Lowenberg.
My partner in crime, of all the good kind, from South Central Los Angeles, the founder of Upsurge, the word master of the 21st century, Raymond Nat Turner. We'd also like to thank our 4-year-old
our little special guest, our young special guest, the 4-year-old fabulous Mr. L.A. Howe, percussion and vocals.
You are listening to Full Circle on KPFA FM 94.1, and you just finished listening to a rebroadcast of a performance and interview with Upsurge. You can contact them through their website, www.upsurgejazz.com.
Our next dip into the past brings us to August 27th, 2004. Full Circle hosts Jacob Simas and Jenna Hota, along with our live studio audience, witnessed the great performance of Jazz Sawyer's group, the Pursuers. Sawyer is part of a new generation of musicians who build off the traditions of jazz and fuse it with hip-hop, soul, Afro-Caribbean sounds, blues, classical, and spoken word. His newest album, It's Time, is out now. And now, the Jazz Sawyer Band.
It's time, right here on Full Circle here on KPFA. My name is Jenna, and you've just heard Sweet Apple off of Jazz Sawyer's newest CD called It's Time. You're listening to Full Circle again here on KPFA, and with me is Jacob.
All right, here we go. You could say that Jazz Sawyer is a musical seeker. His sounds have been described as everything from steady and flowing to intricate, avant-garde, smooth, and intense. His studies in music have taken him from the beginnings in San Francisco, where he began playing drums at the age of 2, to New York, New Orleans, and back again.
And Sawyer is part of a new generation of musicians who built up traditions of jazz and so many other flavors. I heard his CD, It's Time, and it is great. And we're going to be talking more with the band here and with Jazz Sawyer.
And you know, Jazz has recorded with a ton of folks. He's recorded and performed with some of the best-known and esteemed jazz artists, including Abbey Lincoln, Wynton Marsalis, Bobby Hutcherson, and Cyrus Chestnut. He's also shown an open-minded love of different styles by working with other greats such as Santana and the Grateful Dead.
And we're lucky to have Jazz Sawyer tonight and the Pursuers in the studio with us. So let's take it away.
was beautiful. We're blessed to have Jazz Sawyer in studio at KPFA. You're listening to KPFA Full Circle. And we're going to get into a little bit of conversation now, a little bit of breaking the music. And what I'm looking at is an 8-piece band. And the level of talent that's represented here is clear from those two songs that you just played for us. Could you start off by telling us a little bit about how this group came together, how you all hooked up and started playing?
Well, most of these guys I grew up with. And, you know, I've known them actually before I learned how to play.
I was just wondering, before we introduce all the band members here, what high school or school did you go to when you really started playing the traps?
School of the Arts High School.
Is that San Francisco?
Yes. San Francisco School of the Arts. It used to be McAteer High School.
Okay.
And then they moved over behind State University on Font Street, and we were the first and almost the last class, and now School of the Arts is back at McAteer.
Right. So you were kind of lucky to get through before the major cuts happened on the arts.
Right. We just got in there.
So, you know, this area has a lot of great, you know, musicians and great drummers. Eddie Marshall is one of them. Were you influenced by any of those folks?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They got me started. John Santos, Eddie Marshall, Donald Bailey, Art Lewis. I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot of, and Wayne Wallace, you know, Jerry Pannone. I got to give a shout out to Jerry Pannone because he was the one that kind of, you know, saw that I had potential to be a musician. So he gave me a choice. He said, you can go mess around with your friends or you can get serious about the music. So he really gave me that path to, you know, be able to have people you're influenced by. Because that's the only way you learn to, be, you know, develop your own voice.
Mm-hmm. So were you in New York for a while? In LA?
Yeah, I went to the New School. So I was up in New York for 5 years.
Who were some of the cast that you met out there in New York?
Billy Harper, Wynton Marsalis, I mean, all the guys on the Blue Note recordings, and I studied with a lot of them as well.
You're studying in New Orleans now, and it sounds like you're not only studying music, but you're also getting an MBA, if I'm correct. Could you talk about that, man, and how that plays into what you're doing with music?
Well, the MBA degree is a very distinguished degree, and it's very hard to get accepted in the school, even with the right GMAT score. So I'm actually pursuing a different graduate program. You know, I'm really attracted to finance and the business side of music, so I'm able to, you know, pull the guys together and do our own projects. If you're going to study finance, you really got to be in finance from 9 to 5, and good thing if you really have a lot of ideas and you want to do your own stuff. And let me tell you a little about the record. It's a 2-CD album. It's got over 108 minutes of music on it. And it's all original music, and it's a blast.
I don't know if you wanted to save the introductions for the band for the end of the set. You can do it now, or we can get into some more tunes.
Yeah, let's introduce everybody in the band. Let's start over here to my left.
My name is Raymond Lee, and I play percussion. My name is James Garrison, and I'm playing alto saxophone.
Bob Kudmonsu, tenor and flute.
Hi, my name is Danny Gruen, and I'm playing the trombone tonight.
Hi, I'm Joel Ryan. I'm playing trumpet and flugelhorn tonight.
Leonard Thompson, playing piano.
Marcus Shelby, string bass.
You're listening to Full Circle on KPFA, and you're listening to Jazz Sawyer and his band. And that piece kind of took me through a lot of different emotions, man, you know, and kind of some yearning in there, and a really spiritual vibe, too, with, you know, using the mallets there. What was that piece called?
It was a piece called For Kenny, and it was actually for Kenny Kirkland, the late, when we lost in 99. So I got a chance to see him play, and it was very nice, so I thought I'd do this for him.
You know, we almost have to we are running out of time, unfortunately, so we want to have a little bit of time to go out with some music. And before we do that, we have to thank all the folks that are here helping us so much. And I just want to say the producers of Full Circle are members of the KPFA Apprenticeship Program. And thanks to Michael Yoshida in there, number one.
Yeah.
And thanks to John Watanabe for technical support. And we also have many other folks here, Mickey Mayes, Ranjita, Tony Farrow, and maybe Jacob, you can read the rest of that list.
I'll just take it down the list. We got Eddie Pay, engineering behind the boards there. We got Criselda in the studio. We got Ranjita G, Kristen Zimmerman. Can't forget Louis Sawyer, can we?
No, we can't do that.
No, we can't do that. We got Louis Sawyer in the house, of course, and we got Ed Broussard as well as Josh Elwood all helping out with the technical support tonight.
And advisors are Anita Johnson and Amelia Gonzalez. And you can also contact Full Circle at fullcircle@kpfa.org. That's Full Circle at kpfa.org.
And we've been your host. I'm Jacob, and I'm here with Gina. Thank you for listening to Full Circle, and we're going to go out with some music the way we should go out.
Take it away.
All right, and I just want to personally thank KPFA and the whole staff for supporting us and always being there. Just a quick note, Louis Sawyer was actually my dad. He used to let me check out all the records in the library, so that had a little influence as well. So I got to hear all these guys like Art Blakey. So there you have it. So we're going to continue with some more music. And again, the record is out, double disc, pursuancerecords.com. All right, here we go.